What if something you worked for your entire life came down to one moment? What if one sentence carried the weight of your dreams?
With the fourth pick, Madden NFL 21 goals.
After a year filled with what ifs, the time has come to change the question to what's next? Tonight, the dawn of a new era in John Madden football.
Henry selects Wesley.
God, come on.
The best players in the world have built their squads to compete as a team, to win as a team. Will a top pick fulfill his destiny and carry his brothers to glory?
Let's go! Crib!
Or will an MVP in waiting take the chip on his shoulder and churn it into greatness?
I have 2 belts, and I'm looking to get a 3rd in the Madden Bowl.
A year later, the world is recovering from unprecedented chaos, having done it together.
J-Wall just sealed himself the belt!
So tonight, the best Madden players in the world will dream together, compete together, win together. Welcome to the Madden Bowl, Draft Edition.
It is night 3 of the Madden Bowl Draft Edition quarterfinals. As always, thank you to Joe Tessitore for lending his voice to our open. One semifinal matchup is set. Now it's time to start filling in some more spots. Who will move on and get one step closer to the bulk share of $330,000 and 3 belts? Well, will it be Team Pavin or Team Henry? Well, it's going to be answered tonight. Who will be moving on to the semis? Hello and welcome to night 3 of our Madden Bowl Draft Edition quarterfinals. Once again, joined by the 2020 Panthers Club champion, One Great User. I'm Katie Emmer. And user, 24 hours ago, we saw Team J-Wall advance to the semifinals after taking care of business in 2 games against Team Prodigy. Was there anything that surprised you in last night's action?
Katie, I'm going to be honest. I was completely surprised that Clef the God did not get to play. This is your number 1 pick. You drafted him in the first round. He dropped to number 3. He was number 1 on my big board. You paid him all that money, the big contracts, the endorsements, and we did not get to see him play. I understand the move by Prodigy. Listen, you know, us as men, as Madden players, let's be honest. We all feel like we the top dog, we the alpha, we the best. But listen, sometimes you just might not be that guy yet. And for the sake of Prodigy, I'm going to say yet. Let's be real. Clef the God should have been in that game to force a game 3. I understand why Prodigy felt like that was his moment. He needed to step up for the team. But at the end of the day, I feel like you paid Clef the God the money. You drafted him number 3 overall. You have to make sure he plays and gets you to a game 3. That's what was shocking yesterday to me, Katie.
Yeah, you seem to be the only one that wasn't shocked. We're going to talk more about that topic shortly, but once again, it was Team J-Wall moving on in last night's action. In case you missed any of it, here's a look back on what happened. Welcome to night 2 of our Madden Bowl Draft Edition quarterfinals.
Team J-Wall, Team Prodigy. What a matchup we have.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And Little stop and go. And he's going to go all the way to the end zone. A touchdown for Team J-Wall. Team J-Wall putting 2 touchdowns on the board.
This is what I thought would happen. This is why this team can be so dominant.
Let's go, baby. Come on. Let's go, baby. Come on.
Wow, a drop. And that should seal the victory for Team J-Wall.
Both captains, J-Wall saying, I'm going to close it out. Prodigy saying, hey, I'm going to give us life.
Turner will walk into the end zone. Touchdowns for J-Wall.
Go get him. Go get him.
Darius Hayward-Bay over the top. Touchdown for Team Prodigy.
Let's go, Prod. There we go, boy.
An absolute laser beam. Prodigy is back in business. Tie ball game.
0's on the clock. Let's go to OT. We're not done here in game number 2.
Prodigy, he wanted this moment. He's had his chances. Now you see J-Wall dialed in, making great reads.
Does J-Wall have some more magic? He's been so good all year long. The kick is up, and it is good! Team J-Wall sweeps Team Prodigy!
I hit it! Let's go!
And they are on to face Team Dusty in the semifinals.
It was exciting, and now we have another night ahead of us. Let's look at the action in store for us. Coming up will be our two teams led by Pavan and Henry going head-to-head, starting off in 3v3 Mutt squads actions. Tomorrow we will have our final quarterfinal matchup with Team Dreeny going up against Team Ape. Then we'll take a few days off to enjoy the NFL draft festivities, of course, and return on May 2nd through the 4th for the semifinals and our final of this first of its kind event. A lot to look forward to, especially right now as I bring in the two on the call for their expert analysis, the voice of Friday Night Football, Nick Mazzesko, and the Madden 19 Cardinals Club champ, Tyler Davis. And guys, let's start with a popular topic over the last two nights on Twitter, which has been team strategy. Here's the reigning Madden Bowl champ, X-Set Joke. He's questioning some of that decision-making, that user you touched on at the start of this show. He said, an interesting strategy in the Madden Bowl is teams being down 0-1, trying to save their best player for Game 3. Personally, I think if a team is down 0-1, the best player should play Game 2. And this prompted the legend Bugs to respond by saying, assuming the second best player wins Game 2, the best player is still going to get to play for an opportunity to close out. And even if the best player plays first, the other guy still has to play. So there really is no avoiding it. So he doesn't mind either decision. Nick, which strategy do you think is strongest?
Well, listen, I certainly would be more inclined to put your best player forward in that game too, because this isn't a swimming relay. You're not guaranteed to get to your anchor. You're basically like it's like a soccer penalty shootout. You can put your best shooter 5, but if they score 4 first and you don't have enough to keep up with them, you're never going to get to that person. But can we, like, just for a second stop disrespecting what J-Wall was able to do in that game? I mean, listen, I'm not sure. I love Clef. Clef's one of my favorite people to talk to chop it up with. I'm not sure Clef wins that game. Okay, at the end of the day, J-Wall's your Madden Club champion. He won $150,000. He's a captain for a reason. I'm not sure the decision. Prodigy took him to overtime. Let's not pretend he got beat by 40. He still took it to OT. He still had a chance to win. I don't know why we're acting like this was such a bad decision.
Yeah, Nick makes some fair points, but I really got to agree with Joke here. You got to send your best horse into the race in that situation. Look, if you're up 1-0, put in your best player to end it. You don't want to force a Game 3. And then, if you're down 0-1, you need your best player in that spot to even have a chance at a Game 3. You don't want to go home 0-2 without having your best player even in that spot to give yourself a chance. So, I think Prodigy last night, I love Prodigy's game. I do think he's one of, like, the top 20 players in the world, but to me, Clef is a top 10 player. You got to put him in that spot. So, the final answer for me is you got to put the big dog in that spot in Game 2 to even give yourself a chance in Game 3.
Yeah, and user on TD's point, you just touched on this. You said you were pretty surprised to see Prodigy play himself over Clef.
Yeah, and Nick, to speak on what you're talking about, listen, yes, he took him to overtime, but he did not get the job done. And that's what matters. You know, I spoke to these guys last night in the Discord. You know, I was giving them a hard time because, let's be real, these are my guys. And I'm going in on Clef. I'm like, look, you was not prepared. You over here fixing your roster during the game. You should have been right there to help cook up a dot for Prodigy. Oh, Prodigy didn't need it. He made the LCQ. Listen, this is why we have this mode, for you to help him out, to make sure you're there. I honestly felt that you should have played. Prodigy was right there saying, look, at the end of the day, it was my call. I feel like I had to get the job done. And I feel like sometimes you got to put your pride aside and say, you know what? Yes, I took him to overtime. But do we think Clef the God would have got it done? Absolutely, Clef the God would have got it done. You know why? Because he was number 1 on the big board for a reason. No disrespect to J-Wall, but Clef the God has been on a roll, and you know how momentum is. I believe that I agree exactly what Joke is saying. Don't sit here and plan for Game 3. Put your best person up next. Clef is the dog. He should have been in that round 2.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like we're really being disrespectful to what Prodigy's been able to do, how Prodigy was able to qualify for this tournament. I mean, I know I've seen everyone on Twitter. I've seen everybody who isn't in this tournament talking about what they would have done with it. At some level, you have to trust your captain. Let's start there. You got to trust your captain. Dusty, everybody was questioning whether Dusty made the right call, and guess what? He got it done. This game, Prodigy took the club champion to overtime, had the ball to start overtime. Yeah, he didn't get it done. But I'd like to point out, I would just like for everyone out there to realize that at the end of the day, while I love Clef, and I think Clef is really good, and, you know, is he the best player on that team? Maybe. Clef the God didn't even qualify for that tournament that J-Wall went out and won. I mean, let's point that out. He didn't even qualify for that tournament. I'm all for momentum, but let's not disrespect how good Prodigy has been this year, because he was in that club tournament and he qualified for the Madden Bowl. It's not like they were throwing me out there.
Yeah, and if you look at Team Dusty, if you have a strategy like that, I can see the argument. Because, look, if Team Dusty situation, you got to put Noah in that spot, right, for Game 2. But that team thought, hey, Dusty's beaten Spoto a bunch of times. He qualified through Mutt Draft. They had the confidence in him, and he went out and did the job. So if you have a strategy like that, I can see it. But at the end of the day, for me, you got to put your best player in that Game 2 spot.
I agree with you, Ty. Listen, tell the facts to Nick. You know, Dusty got it done. Why? Because he had already been kicking Spoto head in. The record proved that Dusty could get the job done. What's the record between Prodigy and J-Wall? Let's be real. J-Wall is a belt winner. They wanted to save it to Game 3 to get it on the line and let Clef the God play in that Michael Jordan situation. But listen, Michael Jordan never had to go to Game 7 because he got it done before. That's why you have to put Clef the God in that number 2 spot. I know how Prodigy feel. I talked to him in the Discord. He said, look, user, at the end of the day, I just did not get the job done. It doesn't matter how we stack it up, who I had to play, I have to get the job done. And I told Clef the guy, Clef said, you know, I'm be honest. I felt like I let the team down because I was unprepared. I should have been there, been able to help him. The one time he helped him out, he said, hey, man, run double. Run Mabel. You'll be able to bag him. He ran Mabel, bagged him. Clef looked away and started working on other stuff. You have to be there for your team. This is why this mode is here. Make sure you put your best guys in the lineup. And if you're not playing, help your guys out through the game.
Yeah. Guys, we talked so much about strategy in that draft, how important it would be, and it's still just as important. This Madden Bowl definitely challenging. We'll look forward to seeing now tonight. We have a new matchup here in the quarterfinals, and it's Team Pavin going up against Team Henry. So now time for your picks. They're presented by Chunky Soup that eats like a meal. And Nick, I love starting with you. So why not kick it off? You're the only one with a splash of color tonight, by the way. So credit to you, and go ahead and start it. Who are you picking tonight?
I pick against user. Whoever user picks, I'm on the other side. I'm anti-mush. I mean, listen, this is a great battle. You know, this is a weird one because let's remember back to draft night. Pavin took Spam and Buttons with the first pick, and they took Vose with the second pick, and everybody went, what is Pavin doing? And in my mind, I'm taking Pavin because I feel like he's sort of a mad genius in here. This is not somebody who takes these decisions lightly. I think he knows something we don't. I think we're going to see Spam and Buttons step up in this game. I think Vose is going to fill in that sort of K-Mac third player role that's really vocal and can help these guys so that give me Pavin to win this one. I don't know. Maybe it's just a gut feeling. Maybe I've lost my mind.
Well, you didn't lose your mind. If you did, I mean, I must have too, because my pick is also Team Pavin. Nick, I had the same perception as you. I'm like looking at who he's picking, Spam and Buttons, the draft. He kind of threw those curveballs, and it makes you think he's got some tricks up his sleeve. I think he used the word genius, that we just may see some sort of strategy when we're talking about the team strategy, but also out there on the field tonight. I think Team Pavin might end up pulling this one out. So going to TD now, who are you picking? I don't know if you're going to agree with us, and then I don't know. Go for it.
Yeah, so the surprise of the draft really was Pavin. You know, there was a couple good names left on the board, and he went with Spam and Buttons, and he went with Vose, who we didn't really expect. So if he can kind of get those together on his team, he is the clear leader. So that's the one thing I will say he has. But when you look at Team Henry, I mean, with him and Wesley, these guys are some of the best friends in Madden. The one thing I worry about is who's the alpha in that group. That's the one thing. With Pavin's team, you know who the alpha is. I think NBG right now can fit in, though. I'm going with Team Henry. I think there's too much firepower with him and Wesley.
I always love this user. I love everybody's picks, but I love saving you for last. Certainly not least. Go for it.
Listen, Ty, you already know. Listen, they think Pavin is some mad genius. Don't get me wrong, the guy is smart. But let's be real, he was flustered. He was looking to get Allen at that pick. Everyone was shook when Allen was not there. He showed the frustration. Spamming Buttons, I hope he can step up and make up for that first round pick that he was warranted. But I'm going to tell you right now, Wesley, he could have arguably been number one on everybody's board. This is a guy individually. We know when it comes down to that individual game, I don't think there is a Madden player that can beat him. So regardless what happens in squad, I feel like you have a guaranteed win with Wesley. Henry is such a phenomenal player. Regardless of what he does in squads, that's going to be another tough out. So of course I'm going with Team Henry and Wesley. And let me tell you this. I know for sure they're looking at what happened yesterday and saying, you know what? Maybe we're going to let Wesley play in game 2. Even though Henry's a captain, he's a young phenom, but you might want to get that guaranteed win to push yourself to round 3.
Yeah, hold on.
I like
it. You did go with Henry, right? Okay, cool. I'm just calling my bookie to put some money on that one because the Mush got him. So thank you, user. I appreciate that.
The biggest thing with these teams tonight, they've learned a lot, especially from your guys' expert analysis about team strategy, but they have learned a lot through the last 2 nights. So we'll see if any of that can translate here in their matchup tonight. And a reminder to tweet using the hashtag Madden Bowl for a chance to see your tweets on tonight's broadcast. Here's @UnderdogFly. These games tonight I've been waiting for all day. It's time for the Madden Bowl. It sure is. And then All-Stars Matthew, I'm so hyped for tonight. And let the best team win. Will that best team be Pavin or will it be Henry? We are going to find out shortly. Thank you so much for joining us. Nick Mazesco and Tyler Davis have the call coming up. You see the 6 competitors. They're getting ready for a big night ahead. It's win or go home. The Madden Championship Series is brought to you in part by Chunky, soup that eats like a meal. And in part by Verizon, 5G built for gamers.
He's back on the scene. They know who we be. He's rolling with ease. My J got your team. That shock value. We're around here won't talk about him.
No one likes living with a broken phone.
You broke your phone, so Verizon broke the rules. For the first time ever, new and current customers can trade in their old and damaged phones for up to $800 off our best 5G phones. Because at Verizon, the network is just the beginning.
More to come on the Madden Bowl Draft Edition after this short break.
Davis over on 3rd.
The miracle is complete. John Beast has done it.
What we are witnessing right now is something special. 32-0 versus some of the best Madden players in the world.
Team Dockery, they are your yard champions. A mistake from Fancy. We thought it was over. We got overtime. Randy Moss, walk it up. You Fancy.
Why do I have to do, like, when the...
And Wesley is on to the final lane. A clutch money drive. And Jay Wall just sealed himself the belt.
We have a new Madden champion.
Matt, I think I got my fantasy nights mixed up. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Snickers satisfies.
Every time I eat stuffed crust from Pizza Hut, I play this song. But watch what happens when I play it backwards.
Eat 3 topping stuffed crust backwards.
The original stuffed crust, just $11.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
The Madden Championship Series is brought to you in part by Snickers. Maybe you just need a Snickers. And in part by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
I'm Wesley. I'm 22 years old.
To the end zone, Tyreek, the freak, and Wesley strikes first.
I'm from Hiram, Georgia, and I go by Wesley in Madden as well. I would describe my playing style as a super pass heavy on offense. I basically pass every play unless I'm like inside the 10. But then on defense, you know, I feel like I'm more of a conservative defensive player. You know, I make people like work down the field, and I feel like I have a pretty good user. So, you know, I feel like people can make mistakes if they have to do long drives against me.
Throw out a sack, and Wesley gets one back to start the second half, and Williams, all sorts of space. The defense put points on the board for the former Joe Rice.
I would definitely say my harshest critic is myself. You know, I put a ton of pressure on me to do well in these events. And every single event I go into, you know, I put so much time into this that if it's not a belt, I consider it, you know, like a bust. I'm angry, like, after I lose, and, you know, it just fuels me for, like, the next one where I just have to, you know, all right, you know, the next one I have to get the job done.
His hopes of a belt alive. Can't get the best of stop. He's got Finley. 10, 5. He's down into the end zone. Does Trini Joka have some of the magic?
Let's
go, man! And Wesley, it's on to the final lane.
The biggest adjustment I'm personally have to make going into this event is first, you know, getting good at the new game mode, Mutt squads. Never really played with a team before on Madden. So that's a big adjustment, is getting to play with my teammates. And another big adjustment for me is I feel like I get better, you know, the more games I play in a day. But with this being a best of 3 format, you're only gonna play 1 game a day. So I'm just gonna make sure, you know, I'm fully like warmed up and locked in for that only 1 game. A Madden Bowl belt to me would mean everything. When you don't have a belt, like your whole goal is to, you know, get a belt and just have that, you know, few month period where you are undoubtedly the best player in the world. You know, no one can take that from you. Getting a belt is top priority for me, and I actually want to make a legacy with Madden. So getting a belt is the first step.
Take a live look inside the Snickers Virtual Players Lounge as friends become enemies. It is Team Pavin taking on the Team Henry. These guys know each other oh so well, and they're going to face off for a spot in the semifinals today in the Madden Bowl. Let's take a look at our tale of the tape. 24 combined EA major appearances, 2 of the most decorated teams here in the Madden Bowl. 8 combined Madden Club titles. Pavin, the 4-time Raider Club champion. This one is featuring some of the great young stars. It's one that everyone across Twitter has been waiting for, and we get to see it all tonight in a best of 3 series. What a matchup we have, and joining me as always is the best bud in broadcasting, Tyler Davis. TD, man, oh man, Pavin and Henry, they know each other so well. I'm interested to see today how much this Mutt Squads game sets the tone for the tournament. We saw Team Dusty lost their Mutt Squads game, but it almost fired them up. We saw Dusty really rally in that second game. But yesterday, we saw that Mutt Squads win really propel them to victory.
Yeah, it's a really intriguing matchup. Like you said, these guys know each other so well. Pavin, Wesley, Henry, these guys are the best of friends. The interesting thing for me is Pavin said in his interview after he drafted Spam Buttons that Spam Buttons was given some good games to Henry. He even beat him a couple times. So that's interesting, too, that Spam Buttons kind of has an advantage on Henry. But the question for me is, how can Pavin lead this team? Because to me, that Team Pavin is the clear underdogs. How will Vose and Spam Buttons mesh with Pavin?
It's going to be a lot of fun to see these guys in this best of 3 series. You know, the Madden Bowl, a different format. We certainly have had a unique year in the world, and it deserves a unique Madden Bowl format. This year's Madden Bowl is the first MCS event to cross over multiple game modes in a single competition. Each day, 2 teams made up of 3 Madden Pros will clash in a best of 3 series format. The first team with 2 victories advances to the semifinals on May 2nd and 3rd and boosts their earnings to $30,000. Game 1 will be played in 3 vs 3 Mutt Squads.
The first time in MCS history that the online team play mode will be integrated.
Madness continues.
But the fun doesn't stop there. For Game 2, each team will choose one member to represent the squad. To keep things fair, the losing team from Game 1 selects the game mode being played next, so no excuses in a sweep. If a Game 3 is necessary, the same rules apply as Game 2. However, the losing team can't choose a game mode that's already been played. And a new player must be selected to represent the squad. This is sudden death. Choose wisely. 2 teams will advance to the live final on Tuesday, May 4th, and compete for the bulk of the $330,000 prize pool, and not 1, not 2, but 3 MCS belts.
Touchdown for 84.
This is the Madden Bowl 21 Draft Edition.
What a catch! Go! Come on! Go! And what a night we have here. Not only will we have some fantastic competitive Madden action, but we got some giveaways in the chat. How about 3 of the biggest names from that NFL draft pass that we saw released yesterday? That 99 overall Reggie Bush, that 99 overall Deion Sanders, and that 99 overall Adrian Peterson. We'll be giving away one of each of these during halftime of Game 2. And how about a dump truck at the end of the night? I know you're all excited for that one. Make sure you guys are active in the chat and make sure that you guys have some fun out there, because this is a lot of fun checking out this new format of the Madden Bowl Draft Edition. We head inside Pizza Hut Stadium. We kick things off between Pavin and Henry. It will be Team Henry getting the ball first. Little Mutt squads action as we take a look at the 2 teams. TD, I'm interested. The first thing I'm interested in is I'm curious who's playing quarterback over on Team Henry. There's certainly an argument for both players.
Yeah, it really is between Henry and Wesley. They're going to start the ball on offense first. So I'm excited to see, because of course we have an offensive coordinator, we have a defensive coordinator, and we have a head coach now in Mutt squads. So yeah, like you said, I'm really interested to see who's going to be the quarterback. I would expect, like you said, like we know in Mutt squads, it's a very run-heavy mode, a lot of defense involved. So we'll probably see more of a run attack. But they're going to come out in trips early. Yeah, you see them audible down. So we'll see more of a run attack, and then later in the game, we might see some more passing out of this team.
Let's go.
Start on defense. Team Pavin.
They're in trips.
Able to make the play in the backfield.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's the now current Cleveland Brown, Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah, perfect.
Lots of tight end.
If it's play action, now let's pick it up. On the other side. Yep, perfect.
Alvin Kamara takes the carry, gets a lot of that back.
From the ball here.
Reminder, you'll see on the screen, very interesting. So the offensive coordinator, they're highlighted in green. They control the quarterback and offensive play calling. It's Wesley on Team Henry and Vose on Team Pavin. The defensive coordinators call the defensive plays. They're highlighted in blue. That's the 2 team captains, Henry and Pavin. I'm Mr. Right Now, and Spam and Buttons are the head coaches. They make penalty decisions. They also will make timeout decisions on 3rd and 9.
He has to go outside right there.
Picks up 8. How about Vose running quarterback? Pavin putting his strength. He feels like he is the best defensive play caller out there.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Vose got the nod for offensive coordinator. That's a big responsibility now for Team Pavin. But Pavin, of course, drafted these 2. He has to trust them. And this is a big game for Vose here. You know how Vose can get. He can be a little wild. He can let his personality get the best of him. Now that he's controlling the offense, I'm looking forward to see what he does.
No, there's big potential. That was my fault. I got to play the run a little bit better.
That's what I'm saying. We just think about it. But now we have definitely.
I didn't shoot the back side.
We're good.
Remember the big talk in the draft, TD, was did Vo's stock go down after Bot Wars 3? Pavin felt like no. Pavin felt like he got a steal by getting Vos in the 2nd round.
Yeah, Pavin was confident in both these guys. He felt like he got a steal in both of them. Remember, he drafted Spam and Buttons the end of the 1st round. He felt like this kid has a huge potential. And when you're in a draft, you sometimes got to look for that type of stuff. You got to look for the sleepers, the guys with huge potential. He felt that way about Spam and Buttons, and then he felt that Vos did fall. His stock went down from Bot Wars, but he feels like Vose is a talented player as well.
Reminder, we are in Mutt Squads
Only
mode,
took
so
one delay.
unlike the normal Madden you might play at home with your friend on the couch,
They come out
it's
and-
not one-on-one. It is 3 versus 3. Everyone will be on the
Me
field.
third the guy
Ty,
up
we've seen
top. Third the
the
guy.
biggest contributors, especially in this team mode, is guys who go out there and throw some blocks, especially at tight end and offensive line.
Yeah, and we saw it on that first drive. You're going to see it here again. Looks like we got right there 2 guys pulling right there on the power O, and they actually didn't do too much, but great stick work to get to the outside with that Barry Sanders.
That's Bose running the ball. Don't forget that. Bose is the offensive coordinator. Bose with the carry.
Put that guy in third, though.
We're good, yeah. I mean, we can, but we're gonna have to like user him.
I like that run. That run looked really nice.
Did you? Drop the middle.
Are you
man,
confident you
right?
can stop curl flat if they run it?
It looks like big nickel zone.
I'm gonna come out of zone.
I mean, I'll see off the bat. Yeah, they are on man.
Listen, man. Listen, man.
You good?
Yeah.
Pavin calling out whether it's man or zone. Big part of
Oh.
running this offense is knowing what the
Good stuff, good
defense
stuff.
is running.
2 yards.
Camaro will pick up 2.
Yeah, and you hear Henry. He's the defensive coordinator out here. He's kind of calling the shots right now, saying, I'm going to come out in
Watch the
zone.
tight end.
He's anticipating they might run curl flat from trips. So he's already anticipating them starting to pass early, but Team Pavin early on and off and going to the run game.
see in normal competitive Madden.
We're good.
Yeah, it really is. And any points is crucial. Most of these teams are just trying to get into field goal range because they're so confident in their defense. Because remember, when you have 3 users on the field, it's so difficult to pass the ball at all levels. Short, medium, deep, because 3 users can take away every single route in the game. All different route combos makes it very difficult.
I got that. That's the hardest 2 yards I've ever seen. Good stuff, go. Good stuff.
You want me to quick snap comment?
Yeah. Or inside zone, bro.
Right? That's in the blocks.
Yeah, I'm out of the phase.
I'm coming out of the zone.
Alright, we'll run power out the first 2 plays. It doesn't work for each other. Outside.
Alright, y'all ready?
Yep.
Shut it so close.
They're going to pass it. Bose. Pass it.
Hit.
Looking downfield.
Oh.
Late read. Almost picked off. So 2 passes from the quarterback, Vose. 2 balls that have ended up in the hands of the defense, just not in bounds.
Yeah, it looks like the exact same thing that happened earlier. Vose tries to roll out, hit that deep crosser, but Team Henry all over it. And that's the second time they couldn't get their feet down on a potential interception.
Nate.
Oh,
let's go, man.
Ooh, a little juke move back inside. Gets to midfield. It's a first down for Team
We're like
Pavin.
6 to 7 yards away from field goal range.
Yeah, all right.
I am impressed, Nick. I am
right,
impressed.
man.
I think that's the first actual dot we've seen in Mutt squads.
Right.
I am impressed right there. And then you hear Pavin saying, we're only 8 yards away from field goal range because these field goals are crucial in squads.
Go! Oh my God!
Harry.
I definitely like that look, though. The main thing to
that's the
focus on
first
is
time we
blocking
ran
the
inside
users.
zone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, second time, but without that first time we went to the loop. Let's go.
I actually like the strong side power look. Can I get left tackle and tight end? Try to plug one of the users, spam, and then Pav, you try to go second level. Did you get stuck on a block?
We're fine.
Good.
You might have had to go on the center there.
Ty, you hear Vose talking about strong side. You know, for people who maybe aren't as in tune with the football terminology, strong versus weak is based on where the tight end is on the line.
Yes, exactly. You always want to read the box, right? Wherever the numbers are in the box. As far as the front 7 goes, you always want to read that and then go to the strong or weak side, depending on where you have extra blockers. That's a crucial part of running the ball in John Madden football.
Same thing.
I'll try to block the user in front of me.
Okay, and then Pav, do you want to go on the tackle and loop around since Vernon will pick him up? Get on the tackle.
Vose, the offensive coordinator, highlighted in green.
Pav, hello?
Pavin is the blue player, and Spamming Buttons is the red player. So
tackle and loop.
Both Pavin and Spamming Buttons on the line.
Maybe. Make a tackle.
No,
I think this is.
And Nick, Team Pavin's very fortunate right there. A little communication issue right there. Pavin was late to hear the directions that Vose was giving out, and then they still were able to hike the ball, but they wanted Pavin on the left tackle. He got there really late.
I mean, they're giving us a lot of runs, bro. I've had like 2 or 3 runs where I could take that to the crib.
Kicks up, it's good. First points of this first game in our best of 3. It's 3-0 Team Pavin.
You get on Derrick Henry, pick up a block. And then straight it. They might not take it.
Top one. Alright, we're going to stay my icon close, man. Make sure it's not conservative.
It was interesting in that piece, when we talked with Wesley, he said one of the biggest challenges here in the Madden Bowl is because these guys don't play Mutt squads all the time. That was the challenge, is getting into squads and figuring out a game plan, and we've seen it cause some problems for some teams.
Line up further out, Spam. Line up further out.
Yeah, we really have. And that's why I do think Team Henry has the advantage. So that's why this Mutt squads game is crucial for Team Pavin. Because if they can get this game, then you give game 2 to Pavin. He's your best chance to win. If this goes to a game 3, and you got to potentially have a Henry or a Wesley going up against Spammin and Vose, they do have the advantage. Not to say that they can't win, but I think that's how it's going to play out. So Team Pavin definitely needs the squad.
No, this is fine. This is fine. Close.
Timeout call, you think, or no?
Yeah, that's my bad.
Yes.
I'm trying to pull the guard away from so
what do you want to do here?
Get the block, hits the
get up in there, bro. Don't run away. you run away, that's just going to let them pivot.
Nice pass.
The more disruption there is back
3rd and
there.
8, we're good, we're good.
I mean, we can try it, but I don't
2-1-2,
Should
2
be
running
routine.
backs, 2 wide receivers.
I'll watch that end. Oh, you got to deep half the other side.
Wesley playing
Yeah,
quarterback
I'll
for
cover
Team
deep half
Henry.
if they do pass.
Yeah,
If they do pass,
Andre on
I'll
the
get
slant,
the
get on the running back. And then you got to put it like a flat or something.
Don't worry about tight end.
And
You
then
guys
MBG
just play
can try to
sides
get
down
open on the
low.
playmaker. No,
Yeah, they
block
have
it,
Looks like they're gonna pass.
Probably over on that right side.
Yeah, and I'm here.
We haven't seen them throw a
Try to get
pass
open
yet
on the
today.
playmaker, MBG.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to the sideline.
All right, we're good. This actually worked out perfect.
If there's one person, though, you'd want passing, it is Wesley, one of the premier passers in the game. In trouble! Down goes Allen, the defense from Team Bobbin. Step it up.
Absolutely nothing open right there. It was man coverage across the board. Everything was bagged. Wesley had nowhere to go but to take the sack.
Just a punt dot, by the way. Just one out of bounds.
Looking perfect. Do not click me.
Should be perfect.
Okay. I'm gonna just run cover 3 here.
No forcing anything.
Yeah.
We'll take our runs. and we're going to
I
half.
love Wesley. Once the meter was done on that punt, he called out this one's a punt dot. This is a good one.
Go on. Left guard.
You hear Pavin laying down the instructions
MBG,
here.
make sure you watch
He
for
said,
the,
let's run
cover
the
three
ball
bottom.
and get to halftime if we need to.
And I play inside zone off rip, by the way.
Uh-oh. Whoa, he fumbled the ball, but Team Pavin was able to recover it. Oh, what a hit on Kamara.
That could have been a game changer. Oh my goodness, Team Pavin is very fortunate. You see Wesley and Henry, Mr. Right now, they're all smirking over there. They know that could have been their opportunity.
Make sure you move. Yep, move tonight.
Oh, yeah, so I love the way this run looks.
Come on, I would call that again, and if you don't get anything, just go into half.
That was it.
If you do get some yards, I'll call
That was
timeout.
huge play.
I mean, do you want me to chew and run counter go?
If you want, sure.
Okay, because then they wouldn't have no time.
Trips.
Yeah, just if anything, just take the sack or even just,
Yeah, you go right. You got to watch the outside.
Yeah.
I know. I got deep.
They're risking it and pass it here on 3rd down.
Good stuff.
That's what it is. Not a bad half. They can't move. Like their only points is because we gave them the ball at the 40 because we got stopped in our own 9. Like,
Even one touchdown, man, will be good. One fluke run.
You hear Wesley saying they can't move, but Team Henry and Wesley right now, they can't move either.
Moved.
So
Yeah.
exactly.
You can spot
Team Pavin's picked up a couple first downs.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go to half. This one, we're still pretty far away from figuring out who's going to win game 1 of this best of 3 series.
On the opposite side.
It's Team Pavin with the 3-0 lead, and they'll be getting the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and if they can somehow manufacture a touchdown here, this could be the game. So this is a big drive for both teams, especially Team Pavin.
No. MBG's been.
You guys want to do a strong side power, one on center, or one on right guard, one on
coming out of man here.
Left tackle.
When we come out, man, MBG has to press the
bro. If you see potential with it,
you
have
to watch the tight end.
I got.
All right, let's go weak side power. So tackle. Bro, I swear they're giving this up. Bro, they are giving this up. I promise you, they're giving it up.
We're out of there. You're out of there. Take your time. Take your time. Let the clock drip. We don't need to. We don't need to go fast.
User blocking. Speaking of user,
audible down.
let's bring in one great user. Man, user, this game, it's sort of playing out like we've seen most of the squad's games. Defense heavy, but it does feel like Team Pavin's been able to control the clock.
Absolutely, Nick. I love what Team Pavin is bringing out here to the table. You know, they're trying to make sure they're balanced, to make sure Team Henry is going to respect the pass. And so far, it's been working. Even though the passes have been kind of shaky, they still just can't fully commit to the run, and I like that about that. And another thing that I'm noticing, Pavin being the alpha, he seems to have the reins on Bowles. Bowles is not acting the same way he did with Jay Bird and Bot Wars. It's a lot of respect in this tone. I love the communication that they're doing right now. And the last thing, I feel like Team Pavin, they feel like this is a must-win situation for them. They do not want to go down 0-2 and have to face somebody like Henry and Pavin. So I mean Henry and Wesley. So I definitely understand why they're focused and locked in this game.
How different is it though?
You're good.
Seeing a 4th and 1 and seeing them punt the ball away. That is polar opposite from what we usually see.
Tight end, and then you can shoot up the A gap. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't see that in a Mutt game, Mutt draft. So it hurts. You know Pavin, you know Vose and Spam, they want to go for it in that situation, but it was the smart play. With the way this game's going, that's a smart play to punt right there.
Back to the ground.
What just happened there?
Alvin Kamara, a reminder, we're in 3 versus 3 squads, team play. So all 3 players are controlling a player on the field. The offensive coordinator, they're highlighted in green. That's Wesley and Vose. They control the QB and the offensive play calling. The defensive coordinators are highlighted in blue. Those are your 2 captains. They call the defensive plays.
They probably like
this. I'm Mr. Right Now and Spam and Buttons highlighted in red.
Spam and you can go inside the
They are the head coach. They make penalty decisions, timeout decisions, things like that.
I'm just gonna keep out there, bro.
Biggest thing, Ty, is they're all in communication the whole time and trying to find a game plan. And so far, Pavin has Team Henry in a box.
Yeah, they really do. And the whole thing is communication there. You saw a great gap shoot from Henry right there. It came right through the center, was able to blow up the run in the backfield. And Team Henry's going to go, or that was Pavin, so Team Henry's going to go right back to the run. Another punt coming up. This is a real defensive battle.
Clock is in our favor. Hopefully we get some good field position. Maybe
we've had a field position advantage all game. This is literally perfect. He's kicking bounds.
Punt is away from Team Henry. They're going to get a chance to return it.
I thought you were going to pick
And they get 2 yards.
One deflator.
There's a chance to return it.
We're going to do not put Kamara in the game because he's going to be tired.
He's out.
He'll still get routed.
I trust Barry better after that Kamara fumble. Anyway. Barry's been getting almost out of there.
Strong side power, so I need right guard, left tackle.
Right guard?
Yeah, you guys both try to plug the middle.
Power left. Solid, man. Come on.
I got someone.
I was trying to come lose some yards right here.
It's okay. Only lost a yard.
Ty, we saw after that punt, Alvin Kamara took a hit, and in Madden 21, those hits create fatigue. That's a big deal when it comes to running backs because it increases the turnover potential.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. You saw him. He was getting a little yellow, even turning orange, and that's going to cause potential fumbles. And then you heard Pavin even say, I'm preferring Barry anyways right now. But on that carry, just nothing going. Vose really calling out the signals. You heard him say, get on the left guard and get on the center. Let's try to clog the middle. But Team Henry was also there to clog the middle. Nothing doing.
Probably going to have you in motion and then just spot up in the middle of the field if you can.
Yeah, no DB.
Okay, go ahead.
Try to.
Yeah. You play the deep. Play deep.
Send them.
You got him.
No! You had the Toddy.
It's whatever.
Were you telling me to send him right
there?
there?
Did I have the crosser?
Yeah.
So I've done it?
You wanted to
I said no.
It's worth the shot because if anything, that's just going to be a nice punt.
Get on somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see
That was
it.
a great play.
I was looking more at you. It was our first time motioning, so.
Not about right.
I was looking more at you. I wanted you more in the middle of the field so you could clear out for the middle.
Yeah, this guy's
We'll be good. We'll be good for the future.
Put Jimmy Graham at tight end. Put somebody else.
Just because like you ran exactly where my dude is at.
MJD running back, so we're not in a different look. So they don't notice like anything else.
No, man, I'm just gonna move the receiver then.
Nick, these guys have been labbing their punts. I mean, we've seen some good punts in this game.
Curl flat.
Yeah, curl flat.
Hashtag special teams matter.
Strict to left.
No. Ooh, no. Run the ball.
Get closer.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Joe, you got
to Josh Allen lit up in the backfield. They're lucky that wasn't a fumble.
I thought you wanted that slot receiver.
Nah, that was a play action. But I mean, bro, I already told you I'm not that used to the user rush. That's all you.
No, that's me. I thought you wanted to slot receiver for the curl flat play.
If it's play action though, watch the tight end, okay? Since you're in the middle.
Tight end.
If it is play action.
Two tight ends, one running back.
Yeah, smart route to A-Rod. Try to get a motion slant out there so they have to use it.
And just some under,
some
single back stuff.
You can try to get open.
Watch tight end, Spam. Watch tight end.
Yep.
I see you left side. Watch that.
Oh my God, bro.
Producers.
That was almost bad. I'm sending.
This way.
We're good.
I need some.
I know we said Pavin sort of the alpha on this team. I don't know about you. I'm seeing Vose really take control on both sides of the ball.
Agreed. I really agree. I think he's the vocal leader. Pavin will come in and kind of make the final decision here and there. But yeah, Vose is definitely the more vocal one. It's kind of a combination on Team Henry. All of them are really chiming in equal amount. But yeah, Vose has a lot of responsibility.
Smoke screen Andre, and then MBJ is going to try to get open in the front.
Block you?
That's right.
Ran slow. Perfect. Oh, that was a lucky shot. He tried blocking with the running back.
Jadavian Clowney with the sack. He's going to force a punt
I mean, I don't know
Team Henry. A reminder, the loser of this game will pick the game mode and the player for the next game in this best-of-3 series.
He is backing us up.
He's had good punts. Oh, that's a bad
Ty, I don't know, man. This is looking like a 3-0 game.
Come on.
It really is, but that was a pretty bad punt right there from Team Henry. Now Team Pavin is in a crucial situation here. They could potentially get another field goal. That would make it a touchdown game. And we've seen Team Henry trying to pass and it hasn't looked good.
They have been playing better defense.
Yeah, I want you to motion over triangle and then let me get left guard, right tackle.
Put in a deep
We're going to the right?
No, it's regular inside zone. It'll always be regular inside zone.
I mean, you can run in on play action.
You had the cutback. You definitely had the cutback, but you're good.
You turn on Regs mode in Madden 22. Which team will you be choosing to play with? Trevor Lawrence or Kyle Pitts? How about Trey Lance? Tune in to find out this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN for round 1 coverage of the 2021 NFL Draft. Cannot wait for that. One of my favorite nights of the year, especially when the Browns aren't picking up
Yeah, I
at 2.
accidentally got on the wrong guy. I got on the wrong guy.
Like strafe in the middle a little bit and then click off.
I know you as a Patriots fan, TD. You're like, what? There's a pick in like a top 5. I don't know what that is.
Yep, cover there right here.
I know, right? I'm hoping we trade up though. I think this is the year, Nick. I really think Bill. Who am I kidding? Bill's not going to trade up. He's not coming up early in the draft. No way.
You just play far back, still far back.
The left, right?
Go. Yeah, left.
That's going on towards him, please. Tackles, man. Let's go get 3, boys.
I don't know why they ran that way, but whatever.
So yeah, we had a dude literally at the sideline.
I mean, who's punting the ball? This dude is literally the best.
Nah,
Henry, that would be Vose punting the ball.
So Jack Fox has literally died.
Great punt right here, Vose.
He's been the lad.
Pavin calling for the great punt.
I mean, we can try curl flat and keep praying. I don't know what else to do.
That's not a good punt. That's not a good punt.
That's a terrible
So,
punt.
19. Let's get it.
All right, come on.
Ooh.
One drive. I feel like we have to
Do you want to try strong twins over?
28-yard punt.
I can try that too. I mean, whatever.
Strong twins over is like kind of like our
2 tight ends.
Our last resort run.
Yeah, just try.
Ty, has Team Henry picked up a first down?
No, and they really don't. They sound like they have not sure what to do at all. They're saying that's kind of our last resort. They're just trying all different runs here, just nothing going. This defense by Team Pavin is impressive.
Don't put
come on. We can pass here and we can put a smart route at post under center, okay?
Yeah, the perfect
PA tight end leak. You know what I'm saying? Smart route the tight end, smart route that post. And then get like a motion drag.
2 tight ends.
I'll just run a drag and like play before.
Yeah.
I have the wrong
and then just put me on the running back.
Watch that.
Jesus. All right, we can try what you call it here.
I'm running pro flat with Jimmy Green.
No one's man up on the running back just in case they send it out. Okay, he's trying to block it.
Run fast.
Oh, please! Get it!
Uh-oh, ball's out! Ball's out! It's picked up by Team Pavin! A mistake! It looked like he went into a throwing animation and pulled it down and took an absolute big hit from David.
The game-changing play. It looked like Wesley had the first down, but he was a little indecisive. He tried to slide, tried to throw it, and in the end, it turns into a fumble for Team Pavin.
I need to see who just blew him up like that.
Man, we're out of there, bro. We're so close to just getting a first down or getting a...
You want to do motion over cutback?
Try it, yeah.
All right, go ahead and then get on tackle.
Looks like they're going to try to cut back with the inside zone here.
Let's make a tackle.
Oh my God!
Tight end didn't block anyone.
Yeah.
Henry not
When you were on the tight end, did it make you block somebody or could you?
We're good.
I think I might have you go right guard next time. Or actually, what I'll have...
I'd say normal inside. I don't even know. Your call.
They don't every receiver.
Okay, I'm gonna do the cutback since like we have a chance to break a run. Spam it, get on the tight end, and pick up Clowney. Okay.
Yep.
Motion over again, Pop.
You want me on Huvos?
I want you to be on the right tackle, but motion over Y.
Okay.
Oh my God, I was trying to cut it outside and I got suction.
One chance at 7.
Yep, one drive.
Come on, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. One stop.
Put it together.
Well, off the field goal, Team Pavin.
Yes.
A 47-yard field goal. It's up. It is good. 6-0 to score, but Team Henry has a chance.
But that's a big field goal for Team Pavin because now you force them to go all the way down the field for a touchdown. Field goal is not in play anymore, and with the way they're playing offense, that was huge for Team Pavin.
This isn't regular Madden.
All right, so I know this last play. Put Jimmy Graham at that inside curl flat spot where you had him originally.
Okay.
Cause that got open. That had got open. Okay.
Okay.
And then put like an in route on a tight end or something.
Curl flat or counter go?
Curl flat. It had got open when you smart routed.
See Henry directing the offense, telling where to put certain players in the formation. And then talking about the hot routes. TD, hot routes the biggest weapon for any passer in Madden.
Yeah, so important. And you see he's trying to get Jimmy Graham in the slot. There has that route tech ability. Going to get open on a smart route. They might have him.
Come on, Jimmy.
They might have Jimmy Graham. He got Jimmy Graham. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Tackled at the 6-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle for Team Pavin.
Right on cue, Henry called it out, and it worked to perfection. And now they're in business on the 6-yard line, the first big play of the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you call it. You're offensive. Call it.
Yeah, I feel like we got to try something. We got to score.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
I'm not going like an aggressive.
Now can Team Henry find the end zone from the 6-yard line?
Yes, perfect. Yes.
I gotta pick him. I just never know. I literally never know.
Try to motion over tight end.
Motion over tight end? Okay.
And we hear I'm Mr. Right Now, a.k.a. NBG, chiming in for the first time.
This is where it gets real difficult down here. If they're forced to pass, it's going to be tough. This might be 4 straight runs.
You can flip it, and then we can motion it to the other side. All right? Motion. I'm a motion, all right, NBG?
You should be by the line of scrimmage. Motion this guy and get out.
One good run.
I'm hooker on the right.
Yep.
Let's go.
Spamming
Two more.
You want to pass here?
Cover that
Back
backside
stops, bro. I can't believe you even got this.
I kind of like that look.
We're good.
You like that? That's all right. You can run it again. Make some fake hot routes, all right?
Yeah, Let's try strong wing.
Watch out for inside zone. Spam and get on line of scrimmage.
You call it.
Tight.
I'm hooker on the right again.
Play. I'm going to fake hot routes.
Spam and pick up backside if they cut back. Pav, get A. Yep. They're flipping again. All right, go out wide. Spam, go out wide.
NBG, try to block that dude in the middle, okay?
Yeah,
Let's come in.
Get in.
We're good.
Come on.
They got him! Kamara up the middle!
Something.
The chess match continues. We're tied up pending the extra point.
What strategy going on, and Team Henry takes advantage of it. They had the numbers to the right side. They were calling for the fake hot routes to make it look like they potentially were passing. Team Pavin got a little flustered, and then great run by Wesley to punch it in for the lead.
And it looked like I'm Mr. Right Now had the key block. You heard, I think it was Wesley say, MBG blocked the guy in the middle, and that's what sprung Kamara.
Yep.
And remember,
make sure you got it.
Henry, listen, Henry, you're spying. I'm going to send a spy.
You want to run inside zone to start?
I have to send spy. I want to hit our
All right. Y'all, let me get this deep blue off fast, okay? Let me get the deep blue.
Yeah. Henry, you just stay good. Stay good when you're good.
Yeah, you're right.
And remember, Team Pavin used those 2 timeouts, and they're not known to pass the ball, so this is going to be very difficult here.
Okay.
He's probably coming back.
Can young foes lead them to victory?
You gave it to me.
You gotta get
Good dodge.
Let's go.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my God.
Bro,
Joe,
I need help over there.
to get deep.
I need help over there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we can get out of mid. I'll go on base.
That was a game.
Ty? Anything?
What can you say?
Yes,
wow. That is so unfortunate.
Pick it.
Come on, man. We're good. Let's third down.
All right,
Watch Carthy Bombs. That's you. Carthy Bombs you. Watch.
Make sure you watch the sidelines.
There's only one guy. Bro, you could put an out route to Julio. He's not.
You can help him a lot because I have a cloud.
I want Spam to motion over and Spam just run straight. And then Pav, pick up backside because I'm gonna roll.
They might double in. This might be double instead.
I'll get him, Ricky.
Good stuff.
Come on, man. One more play. One more play.
Same thing.
Same exact thing.
Fourth down.
They just keep calling
for a 1-0 lead. Team Pavin trying to stay alive.
As long as I have this cloud underneath me, I'm good.
They keep going for that deep crosser, but Team Henry's all over it. Pavin with the playmaker just not there. This is your ball game, folks.
Quick snap.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Henry. Come on.
And it's picked off.
Oh my God, Joe, I'm not kidding. You were not playing the
ball.
next game. You were not playing the next game.
Go back and see what this
Team Henry.
Oh my God. It would have just been me and MBG. I'm not kidding.
With a clutch drive to take the lead, a fortunate overthrow,
I'll take full.
and they will take the win, 7-6 TD. If you're Team Pavin, you gotta feel like this one slipped through your hands.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, they had control for literally the whole game until the final fourth quarter. And what a team effort by Team Henry. He called out the route he wanted on the pass play. Wesley threw the pass to get into the 6-yard line, and then Mr. Right Now held the block on the game-winning touchdown. Total team effort. What a game.
All right, we got to bounce back in the next 2 games.
Literally.
What a finish here in the first game of this best-of-3 series. Team Henry takes the win, 7-6. They go up 1-0. When we come back from break, we will hear from Team Pavin as to what game mode and players they are going to send, and we will have your Wild Card Wednesday Mutt reveals. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I mean, they pick, so we have.
Davis over on 3rd and 14.
The miracle is complete. John Beast has done it.
What we are witnessing right now is something special. 32-0 versus some of the best Madden players in the world.
Team Dockery, they are your champions. A mistake from Fancy. We thought it was over. We got overtime. Randy Moss walking off. Yo, Fancy. Touchdown. And Wesley, it's on to the final lead. A clutch money drive. And J-Wall just sealed himself the belt.
We have a new Madden champion.
Well, it came down to the wire, but Team Henry with a late drive and a late stop, able to take the 7-6 game and a 1-0 lead in our best-of-3 series. But now we will find out what game mode and what players will be facing it off in the all-important game number 2. It was An unbelievable battle on the Mutt Squad's field, the 3 vs 3 team play mode. First time we've seen it here in the MCS, and let's bring in our captains. Joining us now are Henry and Pavan, the 2 captains. Guys, what a battle in Mutt Squads. You're now heading to game 2, and Pavan, it is on to you. What game mode are you guys going to play in game number 2, and who are you sending into battle?
I'm going to be doing spamming buttons on Mutt.
So full Mutt, very interesting. Listen, we talked to you during the draft about how spamming buttons, you have a lot of respect for him. Why full Mutt? This is the first time we're going to see full Mutt here in the Madden Bowl.
Honestly, he's really good on Mutt, and, if it does go to a game 3, we're going to have something cooked up for that. But, I trust spamming. We definitely should have had that first game. I don't even know what just happened, but, I still got faith.
Henry, you heard Pavan's decision. What are you going to do? Who are you sending out there?
I'll play Mutt. I'll play Mutt versus spamming. Hello, is my mic on?
What a battle it should be. Guys, good luck in game number 2. Have fun out there, and should be a great battle on the full Mutt mode. Now, as we mentioned, we have some reveals to do here on our Madden Bowl broadcast. It's Wednesday tomorrow. You know what that means. It's Wild Card Wednesday. So here are your Wild Card Wednesday reveals. This is the Veterans Program. So remember, these guys don't need a power-up item to get their team chems, starting off with John Bostic at middle linebacker. We got 5 of those veterans. We got Bradley McDougal, rocking that strong safety, 95 speed. These are all 96 overall veterans. Next, we have LaShawn McCoy. Who doesn't love Shady McCoy carrying the ball with one hand? We've also got one of those players that seems to stick around, Danny Amendola.
Patriot legend, my guy.
Patriot legend, Detroit Lion, and last but not least, there you go, Bears. I think Eagles fans probably a little more excited for this one. It's Nick Foles out there. Those are your Wild Card Wednesday reveals. They're all in the Veterans Program. Well, we got a game 2 to set up, and when we come back, we got double coverage presented by Verizon 5G. Katie and usual will break down what we just saw and what's to come on the full Mutt field.
The Madden Championship Series is brought to you in part by Chunky, soup that eats like a meal. And in part by Gillette. Go all out with an exclusive offer on NFL team razors at gillette.com/Madden.
First play of lunch. Oh, I gotta see that again. He's looking at not 1, not 2, not 3, but 19 grams of protein per can in Chunky chicken noodle. That'll fill him up. Campbell's Chunky, soup that eats like a meal.
Gillette Pro Glide and Pro Glide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you start the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the Madden Bowl Draft Edition.
No one likes living with a broken phone.
You broke your phone, so Verizon broke the rules. For the first time ever, new and current customers can trade in their old and damaged phones for up to $800 off our best 5G phones. Because at Verizon, the network is just the beginning.
The Madden Championship Series is brought to you in part by Verizon. 5G built for gamers. Team Henry going up 1-0 in the quarterfinal series tonight after that big play that gave them the 7-6 victory over Team Pavin. Quite the game to start us off. Hello and welcome to Double Coverage, powered by Verizon 5G. Alongside one great user, I'm Katie Emmer. We're looking at some more highlights here from this big game tonight. And user, I said the big game, but it was pretty quiet until that fourth quarter when things really started getting going. How surprising was it to see Team Henry? You believed in them from the start. Did they reassure what you believed in, or do you think they still have more to give in this next game?
To be honest, Katie, I didn't think they were going to win the squad's game, before the game or during the game. They put together a great drive. I just felt like, those two, even if they lost the squad's game, Henry and Wesley one-on-one, they're going to be able to get the job done. And I felt like Pavin, he understood that, listen, Pavin team, they played great. They really controlled the game the whole time until the last drive of the game. And then you heard Wesley and Henry say, we got one more drive, let's go, we got one more chance. And they clutched up, put it together, and you even heard, Mr. Right Now say, hey, how about we motion the tight end on this play? And that play, because when they got into the red zone, to be honest, they was flustered. They did not know what to do to cook up. Everyone was just kind of like, let's try this, let's try that. And Mr. Right Now, the third person on that squad says, guess what, I see something. And this is a big play by Henry. He saw this right here. I also saw the play before when Wesley fumbled and he came back to it. After they got 3 and was down 6, he said, put Jimmy Graham right there. I believe we can make a big play. And this is where Mr. Football came up. Mr. Right Now said, hey, I see something. Let's motion the tight end. I'm going to make that block. And he makes the block on third down, bringing them for a touchdown. And then they just locked up on D. And that's a book right there. GG's in the chat. Now they have to face off with Henry versus Spamming Buttons. And I'm going to be honest with you, Katie. Yesterday we talked about everyone, putting their best dog forward. And this is a different situation. Yes, Spamming Buttons is a first-round pick. Listen, Pavin is the captain. But at the end of the day, we all expected Pavin to be in this spot, regardless, because captains have been going, the best person has been going second or not, but the captains have been taking this spot. There's a good chance that we might not get to see Pavin or Clef play in this tournament, and Pavin is the one making this decision right now. I understand it's a lot of pressure on Spamming Buttons. He was the first-round draft pick. Hopefully he can get it done, but he has a tall task in front of him, Henry.
Yeah, and user, going into this series tonight, we talked so much about that team strategy. Interesting to see how some of these captains play their teams and react to it. And Pavin, you're mentioning that, how his decision to go with Spamming Buttons and this full Mutt going up against Henry. We talked about Pavin and his strategy in the draft. I at least mentioned, I think he's got some tricks up his sleeve. He seems to be planning ahead in these kind of situations. That being said, do you think he has a plan?
He said that Spamming Buttons has a great record versus Henry, and he gives Henry a lot of hell games. Well, we're going to need one of them hell games right now. We're going to need Spamming Buttons to clutch up and push this thing to game 3. Because trust and believe, Pavin has to show not only is he a great coach, but he's a great GM. Yes, his pick was not there when it happened. He picked Spamming Buttons for this reason. He said Spamming Buttons is the one guy I believe out of everyone that is left. Over John Beast, over K-Mac, over Gucci, everybody, I believe Spamming Buttons is the guy that can beat Henry. So now we're going to see.
We will certainly find out, but I have a feeling he's got a plan ahead. Going up one more time, Henry and Spamming Buttons. That's our game 2 here in full Mutt mode. Spamming Buttons and the rest of Team Pavin. It's win or go home. So looking forward to this game 2 coverage. And user, I'm sure we'll have some stuff right from the kick. We're going to have some fun action, a lot of highlights to break down from this next game. But it's going to be interesting to see who comes out. Nick and Tyler Davis have the call. Stay with us. That game is coming up shortly.
You're watching the Madden Bowl Draft Edition. Stay with us.
Davis over on third and 14.
I promise on me. John Beast is in the final 8.
The miracle is complete. John Beast has done it.
What we are witnessing right now is something special. 32-0 versus some of the best Madden players in the world.
Team Dockery, they are your yard champions. A mistake from Fancy. We thought it was over. We got overtime. Randy Moss walking off. Yo, Fancy. Touchdown. And Wesley, it's on to the final 8. A clutch money drive. And Jay Wall just sealed himself the belt.
We have a new Madden champion.
Well, it is 1-0 in the best-of-3 series. Team Henry has the lead. Team Pavin count on spam and buttons to bounce back. The all-important Game 2. Will we see a Game 3 tonight? We'll find out after this, this full Mutt game. First time we're seeing full Mutt here in the Madden Bowl. This should be a fantastic battle. The Captain Henry putting himself in to take on Spam and Buttons. Nick Mazesco alongside the best button broadcasting, Tyler Davis, TD. The choice I'm sure everyone's talking about online. They're talking about in the chat, on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm not sure if people talk on Tumblr, but they might be talking there too. The choice to go with Spam and Buttons in game number 2.
This is exactly what we talked about in our whole pre-show. I am shocked at this decision. Pavin might never even touch the field here. You can't put yourself in that spot. You're a belt winner. You're a club champion. You're one of the best top 3, top 5 players in the world. You got to put yourself in this game to even give yourself a chance at the Game 3. And listen, I get it. I know he said Spam and Buttons has Henry's number. They've had some good battles. It doesn't matter. You're the top guy of the crew. You're the captain. You're the best player on your team, potentially in the world. You got to put yourself in this game. And now he might not even have a chance to play. So we'll see what happens, but I got to disagree with the decision.
Well, Pavin's either going to look like a genius or he's going to look like somebody who lost in the quarterfinals of the Madden Bowl. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you're wondering, what is this Madden Bowl format? This doesn't look like the Madden Bowl of the past. Well, we have a very unique format this year. This year's Madden Bowl is the first MCS event to cross over multiple game modes in a single competition. Each day, 2 teams made up of 3 Madden pros will clash in a best-of-3 series format. The first team with 2 victories advances to the semifinals on May 2nd and 3rd and boosts their earnings to $30,000. Game 1 will be played in 3 vs 3 Mutt squads. The first time in MCS history that the online team play mode will be integrated.
Madness continues!
But the fun doesn't stop there. For Game 2, each team will choose 1 member to represent the squad. To keep things fair, the losing team from Game 1 selects the game mode being played next, so no excuses in a sweep. If a Game 3 is necessary, the same rules apply as Game 2. However, the losing team can't choose a game mode that's already been played. And a new player must be selected to represent the squad. This is sudden death. Choose wisely. 2 teams will advance to the live final on Tuesday, May 4th, and compete for the bulk of the $330,000 prize pool, and not 1, not 2, but 3 MCS belts.
Touchdown for 84.
This is the Madden Bowl 21 Draft Edition.
What a catch! Go! Come on! Let's go! As we'll head inside Pizza Hut Stadium, full Mutt is the game mode. It's Henry taking on Spam and Buttons. It will be Spam and Buttons with the ball first. And listen, this format is certainly unique, TD. We saw the second game mode. You know, if you lose that first game, you get to pick the second game mode. So all the advantages to Team Pavin, and they feel confident in their guy Spam and Buttons. This feels like sort of a do or die moment for Pavin as a captain. He might look like the brilliant one out here.
Yeah, and I just said all that stuff about Pavin, but the one thing I will say is there's not nobody in the world that knows Henry better probably than Pavin. So I expect Pavin to be in Spamman's ear here, helping him out a lot, because Pavin knows everything Henry wants to do. He's going to be able to tell Spam and Buttons those type of things. The other thing, Nick, is I'm excited is we finally have full Mutt. I'm excited to finally see this out here in the Madden Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you tuned in to the Madden Club Championship, you saw this mode. This is the full Mutt mode, so there are no roster restrictions. There's no cap, nothing like that. It is the full Ultimate Team squad, so you're also going to see players from the past, the present, all on the field at the same time. And already Spam and Buttons in a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and what do they say about Spam and Buttons? He loves to spam quick base. First 2 plays of the game, he comes out, he quick hikes the quick base run. Now he's going to try to hit him with a play action, but nothing doing.
Let's go D, Henry. Let's get it, bro. Let's go.
And how about Spam and Buttons? A lot of choices at quarterback right now. He's rocking that Dak Prescott item at QB.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. You know, we don't see it too much. The thing with Spam and Buttons is he wants to establish the run. He's more of a runner. His passing is not going to be too advanced. He's going to run some of the basic concepts, but it can be effective when you mix it in with the high-powered run offense that he does have.
Oh, I tell you, they're upon our last game. Straight lasers.
I'll be tweeting at Wesley to let him know that was Vose dealing those punt dots.
See here, Henry going to be on offense. You know Henry loves to run bunch. I'd expect him to mix in a little bunch tight end as well. Spam and Buttons setting up his audibles out of the nickel 3-3-5 formation. And there you see it. Henry comes out in the gun bunch tight end, but he might be able to audible down. He subbed in a running back here, which we can do now in Madden 21 with the personnel audibling. So look for Henry to mix it up this year. He's not just strictly a passer this year. He prefers to pass, but he will be a little bit more balanced than in years past.
Trying to get Maurice Jones-Drew going is Henry. And this is certainly the side of the ball where Henry feels the most confident. He's one of the most prolific offensive players, one of the youngest players. He is qualified for every single Madden live event that he's been eligible to compete in.
Yeah, and it's crazy. He's so young, but the way he plays, he never gets nervous. He plays like he's a seasoned veteran, like he's been around for a while. He's out there slinging it. He's going to play his style. He doesn't really care what anyone thinks.
He's got the slinger for the former Southern Miss Golden Eagle, Brett Favre at quarterback. Throws this one away. It'll be a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that was good defense right there by Spamman. Went with man coverage, but he had some of those curl flats. You see him there. He's coming out in nickel 3-3-5, but he's audible into the 3-3-5 wide formation and getting those linebackers out there in the curl flats.
Guard back pass on 3rd and 10. Really good defense from Spam and Buttons.
Oh my God.
What a
There's
user.
nowhere to pass. Does he got to bounce? Is that going to be completed? Bruce can't make the catch.
I was waiting for him to get open because he was like, right.
Wow, that was a great user by Spam and Buttons. Henry was going to have RB coming back, and Spam and Buttons clicked onto his D tackle to take that away. Impressive user, and then Henry takes a chance, but nothing doing.
Tyreek Hill with the return of the punt to the 8-yard line. A reminder, guys, at halftime of this game, we'll have those 3 Mutt item giveaways. 99 overall Reggie Bush, that 99 overall Adrian Peterson, that 99 overall Deion Sanders, all from that NFL draft program. And at the end of the night, one lucky winner will win all 3 of those items in a dump truck giveaway.
Back up this base.
Like I said, modifier should take this one.
All right, for the first time, Spam Buttons got positive yards on a run.
Yeah, and you see he's gone to this run 4 out of 5 plays in his offense so far. He loves to run the base, and he's going with a lot of quick snapping.
Pressure, Henry.
Has
some pressure.
Fortunate animation there to keep Prescott out of the end zone. Another 3 and out for Spam and Buttons.
Great defense by Henry. And, you know, I haven't seen too much of Spam and Buttons play this year, but now I know he really lives up to his nickname. He's coming out here spamming A to quick hike as fast as possible.
They had Jack Fox last time.
Good return for Henry to midfield.
Disappoints.
Interesting, different dynamics. You hear Wesley, he's really in constant communication with Henry. Spam and Buttons with Vose and Pop, there's not a whole lot of talking on that side.
Yeah, and I'm surprised by that. I know that the guys want to let each other play. I get that, but Pavin knowing Henry so well, I think as the game goes on, we'll hear him a little bit more here, telling him some things, but I know the guys want to let each other play.
Good defense. Once again, the user from Spam and Buttons taking away the pass downfield.
Looks like he's blocking.
Impressive defense again.
He put a cloud on the left.
You hear Vose trying to chime in right now, saying he's blocking his running back. Wesley telling him to put a flat out there. So now the guys are starting to communicate here.
I don't know if we beat that. I'd call timeout if I were just in case.
Perfect defense. Yes.
Really good defense once again. Ty, when we're hearing Wesley say things like, or Pavin, when we hear them talking about a flat, a deep blue, what are these guys talking about?
Yeah, so there's different zone adjustments you can make on the field. So most of these guys, especially in Madden 21, are going to be running primarily man defense. But you want to add extra things, extra zones out there to make it a diverse coverage. So they're going to add in some hard flats to cover underneath, maybe some curl flats to cover the sidelines back more, some deep zones to cover the deep middle. So they're really making adjustments on the fly here.
3rd and 17. For Team Henry. And Henry, the captain. And he's hit as he throws. He'll throw this one away. Let's bring in the 3rd member of our crew. One great user. You were critical of the choice of Spam and Buttons coming onto the field. I'm impressed with how his defense has played, containing a player as powerful as Henry.
I mean, Nick, you just gonna steal the words right out of my mouth as soon as I hop up in here? Of course. Me and you both impressed. Listen, Spam and Buttons is out here showing phenomenal defense against somebody like Henry. Henry is usually an offensive guru, explosive, high power. And somehow Spam and Buttons is over here just locking them up. To be honest, he's making Henry look like a mere mortal. I maybe had Henry too high up on the list. If somehow Spam and Buttons can produce some offense, I could be wrong, and Pavin could be looking like Einstein out here.
Well, and user, before we let you go, I'm curious, as the lone ratings adjuster who came up with every rating on his own, and that's the fact.
True.
What rating would you give these guys as teammates right now in this one-on-one matchup? Because we mentioned yesterday, we saw Team Prodigy. There wasn't a whole lot of communication in this one-on-one game.
You know, I have to say that communication is pretty good. I'll say they're at the threshold. They're at 90, they're at the threshold.
Okay.
It's not nothing too much, nothing extra. You know what I'm saying? It isn't like K-Mac. I still like, you know, some guys to give you that moral support. Look at Spam and Buttons right here getting his first down. Okay. Listen, but I'll say they're at the threshold. Both teams, they're really doing a good job of communicating, not saying too much, keeping everybody even keel. But you know me, I like somebody to spice it up a little bit.
By the way, a combined negative 19 yards of offense right now. It is tough to move the ball. Appreciate user hopping in,
We'll take it.
giving the insight.
Starting to pick him up.
Let's put up by Shazier though.
Straight. 2nd and 9 for Spam and Buttons. Play action.
You got it.
Look for that crosser downfield. Does he have him?
Yes, sir.
Wow, didn't get inbound. I feel like Vose is about to make some calls about these crossing routes not getting completed.
I know, we've seen a lot of them be incomplete today. And the Spam and Buttons, though, he's going with the same 2 to 3 plays over and over. He's either running the base, he goes with the PA counter, go a quick snap. Right there he went with curl flat. So I think Henry's starting to get a feel now for what he wants to do.
Anything I can do?
On offense, bro.
Or I could try that clear up blitz. You know if that works in Mutt?
I haven't played someone that's playing defense like him, but if you want to try it, your bunch has to be on the right.
Oh, if you're gonna punch straight down the middle,
And just leave the stock fade no less. Yeah. Whenever, like,
Interesting call there
right,
from Spam Buttons to
it works
put that
it works
straight
in
down
regs
the middle.
every time. I don't know how often it works in defense. He's like the only person I've seen that plays defense.
Wesley trying to make a read on what defense Spam Buttons has out here. Certainly a unique player. For that route bounce, and he has him late. That's MJD. Maurice Jones through, picks up 28.
Yeah, that was a big play there from Henry, but I do like the strategy that Spam Buttons is doing. He's playing a bend but don't break. He's playing all coverage. He's making Henry work for everything. But Henry, being the prolific passer that he is, he waited, and threw a laser deep down the field to the running back.
Yeah, for sure. About every single time.
Vernon Davis, Isaac Bruce, Andre Johnson, the wide receivers, George Kittle at tight end. Here comes the pressure. Oh, Spam Buttons dialing up the heat and gets an intentional grounding.
What a timely dial-up right there. Like I said, Spam's been playing coverage. All of a sudden, he makes it look the same, but the pressure comes off the edge and gets home.
I don't know how bad I want to try deep in, but he's just so bad that.
Just watch your safety. Watch your safety.
I mean, if you want to burn one, you can. It's up
if
to you.
He came down all the way on the line that way.
Yeah, well, he's not getting injuries.
And you see, look at that Brett Favre orange fatigue. So, and Henry's forced to use a timeout.
Yeah, and you heard Wesley say it's okay to burn one. So giving him a little positive reinforcement, it's okay to use that timeout, and Henry does just that.
I like the contains.
The semifinals too.
Great defense.
Perfect.
Three-man rush.
Yes,
Andre Johnson. So interesting what we're seeing here, TD.
Yeah.
The initial routes aren't open, but once those routes start bouncing after the initial route is done, that's where Henry's finding some success.
Yeah, it's really a chess match going on right now. Spamman's doing a great job taking away these routes. You saw the user was all over the slant, but Henry's pocket presence is the key right now. He's just waiting, and then someone bounces off the outside, and he throws a nice little laser.
And then blitz the other container.
I wouldn't try right here, but would a motion crossover?
No, he wasn't doing that.
Favre. Well covered. Ooh, on the run, inaccurate. So a penalty for not setting his feet. 4th and 7, and the defenses continue standing tall.
Yeah, Wesley was telling him maybe go with the motion post, motion crosser to the other side. Henry did that. He motioned over the post. But Spam Buttons, once again, playing phenomenal defense. I'm very impressed.
You're good. 11, you're good.
I can feel close with these. I'm going to remember.
Minute 50 to go in the first half. No one able to get anything going on offense. First nice real run there. Alvin Kamara picks up 11.
Goes right back to that quick base. He's going to go a little tempo. Look for the quick base again here.
Let's go!
And a big cutback! And there goes Kamara! Can he get out of here? Alvin Kamara! Down to the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Big run for Spam Buttons.
Halfback base, and more halfback base. He finally breaks one out. You see Team Pavin is fired up now.
Let's go!
Can't stop it.
It's like Novocaine. Give it time and it'll work. Cuts back with Kamara.
You're right. It's Derek time.
I like it now, man.
Derek time.
You're reading him.
So this time he went with inside zone, so no more base, and now you hear Vose calling out, it's Derek time. He's talking about the big dog. He's saying give it to Derrick Henry to punch it in.
Remember, Team Henry with the 1-0 lead in the series, and King Henry trying to give him a 6-0 lead, fighting for it, but can't get there. Down to the 1, timeout taken by Team Pavin and Spam Buttons.
You see why Vose wanted it, though. Derrick Henry just fighting, falling forward, and he's down to the 1, and
honestly,
you got to expect this is going to be Derrick Henry again here on the 1-yard line.
Run flip sneak, so you can come out and stock sneak. Go back on conservative.
Are you on conservative? Yeah. I mean, let him do him, but if you want to go that route, go conservative.
Well, I'm just saying this is like a guaranteed one, so come out stocking and flip snap.
He didn't come
Going to the goal line formation, just a yard out. Going to the QB sneak, it is stuffed. Ty, that QB sneak, a real dice roll.
Right here.
Yeah, so Vose was calling out the sneak, saying it should work, but it didn't. It got blown up. Henry was prepared for it. I think right here is going back to Derrick Henry on an inside zone or a base.
Can Derrick Henry make Team Henry pay? He's stuffed at the one again. Decision time for spamming buttons.
I mean,
I don't think they'll go for this.
we haven't taken 3.
I would go on ag if you're going to go for it, but I mean, it's your call. It's your call.
Pavin letting Spammon decide here. Big decision. He's putting it on aggressive. He's going to go for it.
Yeah, okay.
So that aggressive coaching adjustment will make him fight for yards, but it does increase your fumble chance.
Going for it.
4th and goal. Big call early. Oh, Henry shook off the first tackle, but couldn't shake off the second rush. And Henry stands tall.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just checking in.
Amazing goal line defense from Henry. 4 plays in a row. He holds the door, and it looks like we're going to go to halftime tied. What a defensive stand.
Good. You're good. You're good. You're fine, dude.
I put for like diving audibles because he does something dumb.
You've been playing good D.
Yeah, I figured out why I wasn't
but
looking, so I wasn't
he's been having great field
because
position. He's still been launching
do
the
the
ball.
contain angle, and I can't, or I won't be able to shoot it.
Oh my God.
He was looking for that
Okay.
QB sneak.
Second half.
He had the ball.
I mean, bro, he can't run base on us. He literally can't run base.
Well, spamming buttons put together the only drive that really had any momentum and gets 0 points on it. It is scoreless, with Team Henry getting the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, that could be a backbreaker. It was such a good drive, but can't punch in. Remember, Team Henry is up 1-0 in this series right now, so this is do or die for Team Pavin. They need Spammon to come through in the second
I
half.
like you to win. I'm dead serious.
Halftime in this all-important game 2. Team Henry has the 1-0 lead in the series. Nobody has the lead right now. It is scoreless between Henry and Spamming Buttons in the full Mutt game mode. Townhouse 812, your winner of that 99 overall Reggie Bush item. Oh boy, is that item tough, TD.
Woo, look at that COD, 99, 98 speed. I mean, Reggie Bush is just a weapon. He's been good since the start of the year. Now you give him a 99. This guy's amazing.
How about that Adrian Peterson? Dark Soldier 1470. Congratulations, you've got that AP to add to your team. And last, but certainly not least, we got a prime time out there. Deion Sanders. I mean, how about Mob Status 86 is going to take home that Deion Sanders. Look at all those 99. Are we allowed to put that many 99s on an item?
The legit Madden GOAT, a staple of Madden Ultimate Team. You put one step ahead, you put Acrobat on him, this guy is unstoppable. You need him on your defense.
Those are your winners, guys. Also, don't forget, we'll have that dump truck at the end of the night. And make sure you vote for the Snickers Moment of the Year from this MCS 21 season. Go over to the @Madden League Ops Twitter. Check out each of the moments. I mean, there are some fantastic moments out there. Make sure you relive what has been, Ty, one of the most unique seasons we've ever had in the Madden Championship Series. But I know the moments this year have not disappointed.
Oh, not at all. If John Beast were to beat Joke right now, this would be the biggest upset in MCS history.
Does John Beast have a miracle left in him?
Nick, it all comes down to this final play for a shot in the final 8.
Everyone coming. It's picked up nicely. He has it. Touchdown. Bonus football in a $10,000 game of Madden. Chad, if you don't like this, you don't like John Madden football. Gannon on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to lurk it with Taylor. 5 seconds left. Can John Beast get in the field goal range?
No way.
He's going to have a kick. It's going to be an ice kick to win the game for John.
I'm John Beast. That's defense. Oh
You have got to be kidding me. It all comes down to this. What an ending.
Right hash mark. Ice kick for $10,000. The Beast, the kick is up, and it is good! John Beast is in the final 8 of the Madden 21 Club Championship.
The miracle is complete. John Beast has done it.
Oh, the legend that is the Beast named John. TD, that was, well, it might be the peak moment. I mean, you guys get to vote for it on Twitter, but that might be the peak moment as we saw a legend being born.
Yeah, for me personally, that was my favorite call of the year. I mean, that was amazing. The clutchness from John Beast, the lay down by Joe. I mean, what a moment that was.
Guess what? If you like that moment, if you like the Beast named John, the chain king, the man with all the swag, we're going to see him tomorrow night here in the Madden Bowl, our final quarterfinal tomorrow starting at 7 o'clock Eastern time right here. You know where to go. You know where to be. We still got a game to finish up here. Second half action. Team Henry with the ball. The 1-0 lead in the best-of-3 series. But it's scoreless in this full Mutt game. Henry back to pass. Quick throw to the flat. Kamara will be about a yard short.
Yeah, a staple of the Madden community this year is these quick throws to the table route side of the backfield. They're very difficult to defend. And if you're Henry now, you've really struggled on offense. It's a surprise. You got to start to get something going here. You got the momentum on your side after that goal line stand, but you got to cook something up here.
Look at Pavin. You can almost feel the anxiety, the tension. 3rd and short.
Got him.
He's looking to take a shot. He's got him. Isaac Bruce on 3rd and short to the crib. Touchdown for Henry.
The young phenom Henry, you know, time and time again, he's going to figure it out. You can box him for a little bit, but you can't box him all game. He'll figure you out, and he does that to start the second half.
He pressed him.
I'm trying to think of who. It was either
I didn't even motion it.
Boy, has the pressure ramped up.
I had to hike it because I was running out of time.
For spamming buttons. Take a look at this one more time, TD. Wide open, Isaac Bruce.
Yeah, the good old out and up route. Torches his man coverage. I mean, he beat him by about 5 yards. Easy throw to the end zone.
I have it, bro.
So I don't have time to do both, so I know what I'm gonna do.
Now you've seen spamming buttons.
I think he spied
frustration starting to rise. He knows that he let an opportunity slip through his fingers before the half.
Yeah, you got to see the anxiety starting to build now on Pavin's face. He knows the momentum is on Henry's side, but Spamming throws a nice dot here.
It's a little dot.
There's a chance. There's a chance Pavin might not see the field now. Henry, all the momentum on his side.
Remember, we are in full ultimate team, so there's no cap restrictions. It is expanded rosters. You're going to see the best of the best in the Ultimate Team game mode. This is what the Madden Club Championship was played on for the first time this year. 2nd and 12, play action pass. Prescott rolling right. He's got the delay fade. Oh, the route that gives every Madden player headaches. It was George Kittle with the catch.
The route is so good. You see there, Spamming goes to that PA counter go play. And what makes that play so good is that deep crossing route. And then Henry was all over the crossing route, and then he had the delay fade behind it. You can't guard both routes with the user. Excellent play call by Spamming Buttons.
Go back to that halfback base. He'll get 3.
Have that though. That cutback is nice.
I feel like he runs that again. Like his guard had to block you perfectly.
Had a nice hold there. Look for him to go right back to it.
Sure runs that again. He'll get blown.
You're starting to see Wesley and Pavin and Foes and his teammates start to chime in a little more as it's second half. It's crunch time.
Tackle Ricky.
I'll take 3. He's not even basing 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
He's gonna take us 3.
I'd say you kick 3.
Yeah.
You kick 3. You kick 3.
Let's get it. That's fine. Henry, you put one drive together. It's GG's.
Just watch the Allen ups.
55-yard field goal is up. It is good. Spamming Buttons is on the board. 7-3 the score. His defense has been solid all game, save for that last drive, giving up the big play to Isaac Bruce.
Shift to the bunch side.
Yeah, good response there from Spam. You got to think, if he was able to punch it in on that 4-down territory at the goal line, he'd be in complete control right now. But you just heard Pavin tell Spamman, watch for those out and ups, the play that Henry just went to. He needs to be aware of those. Those will torch man coverage.
Henry into the bunch tight end. And he'll scramble, pick up 5 with Favre.
And you saw Henry run right back to it. The out and up to the left side of the bunch was open, but Spamman recognized it. He listened to Pavin. His user was right there to guard it.
Team Henry with the 1-0 lead in the best of 3, looking for the sweep. Team Pavin and Spamman Buttons looking to force a game 3.
That dude was gonna run.
Good start for Team Henry.
That could have been.
Bro, that dude just baited me.
Let's get it, bro.
He gets some more yards on this run if he runs again. Yeah, he's running. Oh, that's good. Good job.
That was hard though, because if he got a good block, that was good. If he didn't, it wasn't.
All smiles over on Team Henry's side. It is nothing but tension on Team Pavin's. Good defense. Now it's all about the route bounces. And there's nobody in the middle, no spy for Favre. He'll get a first down, and we'll go to the fourth quarter. 4's up in the chat. Team Henry on the drive with a 4-point lead.
Once again, you see the amazing pocket presence from young Henry. Try to go to the out and up route again. He also had a post, Spamman with a great user, but no spy on the field. Like you said, Henry takes off, picks up the first down.
He might push me.
Could be. You see it now, though, right? He's just going to audible back to a run.
Second down and 9. Back to the run. It's MJD. Lots of room up the middle. First down and more. And a little swerve. And a little wiggle. And Big Henry's into the end zone.
Should have gone down, but I don't know. I've wanted to.
No, wait.
No.
Styling and profiling from Henry. Phenomenal stick work. And he's up 2 possessions now. That's a huge run.
I thought you didn't say that. No, we're good.
You know why I lose. You know why I lose. I'm not good at this stuff.
Bro, I was going to. No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
So you really don't think going down at the 1 was the move?
Take a look at this one more time. MJD, great blocking, and then forget about it.
Yeah, just a little wiggle left to the right. And Nick, I know the chat heard it. Before that play, Pavin said, did you see it? He's going to keep fake hot routing and then audible down to a run. He knows Henry so well, and Henry did exactly that. But Spamman wasn't ready for it.
You can't be better.
No, that was good, though. Mika hit him out of bounds. That's a good play right there.
Spamman Buttons need to score and score quickly.
He wants to try that. I'm perfectly fine with letting him try that. He's going
bro. Bro, if he wants 6 yards for 20 seconds from me, we'll give him 6 yards for 20 seconds.
Okay, boy. That is not 6 yards. We're out of here.
That is 10. We do not want 10.
That is good math from Henry right there. That is great math. 10 is not 6.
Great back and forth right here. Great back and forth from Henry and Wesley.
I can't shoot. Well, I had that other
But Wesley makes a good point because, you know, you're okay giving up 5 yards here, letting that clock churn. You know what I mean? Spamman Buttons, this is his offense. This type of situation doesn't suit him well. He wants to run the ball. So if you're Henry, you're okay giving up these runs here and there as long as that clock keeps moving.
Trying to get something going in the passing game. Looking for that crosser again. It hasn't been great for Team Pavin. They finally completed one to the 12-yard line.
Make him work.
Right, you don't have to rush it. You have the clock to stop.
We need a super stop base, by the way.
That is a dot. You're right, Joke. That dot brought to you by Snickers.
He's
you
too
just
far
need
out.
a Snickers.
You're good. Don't rush it, man. The touchdown is so big right here.
Oh, he tried to throw the playmaker. You heard Spam and Buttons say it right away.
Okay.
I threw a pick. That's a book. Right, user? That's absolutely a book. And that could have sealed a semifinal spot for Team Henry.
Yeah, just a bad decision by Spam Buttons. He's trying to make something happen. He forced it in the red zone, and for me, it's just a little bit of an inexperienced play right there. A pass you can't make. I know you want a touchdown right there. It's something you can't throw.
Defense is terrible. I mean, the run is terrible.
And Ty, this is going to be the storyline. We talked about it at the open of the show. We're going to be talking about it tomorrow. We're going to be talking about it tonight. We are going to have on back-to-back nights Clef the God and Pavin not touch the field in a game 2, and both of them will not touch the field in the Madden Bowl in a one-on-one game.
It still doesn't make sense to me. If you're Pavin, you're the captain, you're the best player on your team by far. You need to put yourself in this game and need to even give yourself a chance at that third game. We saw it last night. They didn't put Clef in that game. That was a little bit more different because, Prodigy is a great player and he's the captain. But right here, Pavin had to put himself in this spot, and he's going to second-guess this for a while.
And I'm thinking if you don't get the crosser, he can't win. It's literally that simple.
Is Deion Jones in the blitz angle?
Yeah, he was. But this play, move him out like 3 more steps. Move out like 3 more steps. Because he only wants to roll out. Let's just take out the rollout.
Perfect. Yeah, block that running back because you go out of bounds. Second time isn't going to
honestly, bro, just kick a field goal if you get a field goal range.
You heard Wesley there, a little coaching, telling him to move his linebacker out even further right there. You see him do it for that blitz angle so that he can't roll out.
Tackles? That's big. No, he's not in field goal range.
All right, I'm going to spread my D-line, just move him over.
You need 2 more yards and you can kick it.
And it's 16 and counting there. Team Pavin, you hear them talking about kicking their field goal at first opportunity. They're going to need an onside kick no matter what. That's not going to help. Big defensive play. Ricky Jackson with the sack.
Yeah, Spamman just didn't have enough on offense. I was very impressed with Spamman's defense, but his offense is a little bit basic. And when you go up against a guy like Henry, he's going to be ready for it.
He tried to kick 3.
I mean, yeah, you did. Split close. All right, Henry. Split close. Don't get lazy.
Wow. And a mistake from Spam and Buttons. It was the coach suggestions, said to go for it. He clicked A quickly, and he's going to be going for it here.
I know, right?
He needs a touchdown. He's never ran. Yeah, he was in a formation he's never ran before, and that'll do it.
Let's go hit.
Ty, that to me, this last
that was slight.
4 minutes of the game,
that was slight, bro.
That's all inexperience.
1,000%. You saw it right there. The game on the line, clock ticking against you, you picked the wrong formation. These are mistakes you can't make at the highest level. You're playing for $330,000. That's a tough spot, and that's why if Pavin's in this situation, he probably doesn't make those mistakes, and we have a chance at the game 3. So you definitely got to second-guess Pavin's
Big
decision.
2-0s. Big 2-0s.
Get your brooms out. It's another sweep. Team Henry. Henry put himself on the field in full Mutt, and he closed it out. 14-3 your score on the Mutt field, and Team Henry will move on to the semifinals. TD, just a great comeback in that Mutt squad's game mode, and then really second half dominance from Henry.
Yeah, it really was. Henry figured it out in the second half. He got the offense moving. It was a great team effort. Wesley was really coaching him in his ear, played great in squads. Mr. Right Now did great too with the blocking in squads. Didn't say much here, but it was a great team effort, and they're headed to the semifinals.
What a battle it was here in the Madden Bowl. Team Henry with the 2-0 sweep for post-game coverage and talk to the winners. Let's throw it back to Katie and User.
Thank you so much, Nick. Well, another exciting night, specifically for Team Henry here in the 3rd night of the quarterfinals. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Katie Emmer alongside one great user. And just a reminder to everybody in the chat, all of our viewers right now, that we will be having that dump truck giveaway in just a few moments. So don't you worry. We're also, like Nick mentioned, going to be speaking to the winners here. So that is to come. But user, for right now, big game 2. Spam and Buttons really displaying a heavy defense. Quite impressive, but unfortunately on offense, he just came up short.
Yeah, he looked great the whole game. His defense looked real good. I tell you, the deciding factor was going for it, and I'm not even going to knock him, chat. In that mode right there versus Henry, I'm going for it too. 3 doesn't win me that game versus Henry because we know Henry's going to adjust, and he did exactly what Henry does. Second half came out, hit him with the out-and-up bomb, and once he started pulling out that out-and-up route, it started to change the whole dynamic of Spamman's defense. He could no longer run that no safety back, so that took his user out. Now Henry was able to scramble, and it just really exposed his Spamman Button's total defense, and that's really what broke down the game.
Yeah, let's take a look at these highlights, user. Reminder too, Henry, this team was down in that first game. They found a way to come back, and Henry really displaying why he's the team captain in this game.
Absolutely. This right here was the momentum drive for Spamman Buttons. He got loose with Henry. I know he wished Henry would have had just enough gas or juice in the tank to get it into the end zone, but he couldn't do it. Right here, 4th and goal, he put in Big Henry, but he got stuffed. And then came out right after half. Henry hit him with that out and up. Adjustments. Listen, it was a tight ball game, but once Henry started pulling that out, he started hitting him with the motion inside zone. Henry displaying some nice stick right there, and that's really what broke the camel's back. The straw that broke the camel's back was that run right there. Spamman Buttons had to come up with a stop. He just could not do it. We knew it was going to be a struggle offensively. Here he is right here throwing another interception to pretty much seal the game. Henry gets in the chew clock mode, just trying to get the clock up out of there. Took the game completely away from Spamman Buttons, but he had a great first half.
Yeah, and look at this, user. We're now in good company. We welcome in the winning team tonight. Team Henry, I'm Mr. Right Now, a.k.a. NBG. Of course, Henry himself. And Wesley, congratulations to all 3 of you taking care of business here in 2 games tonight. Henry, first question going to you. You guys find yourselves down late in that first game. You find a way to come back, and then you really take care of business in game 2. Just how proud are you of your play tonight and all around your team in general?
You know, me and NBG, we went out there, we did our thing. You know, Joe, you know, he's from Atlanta. You know how Atlanta sports go. He tried to sell the game. But if anybody knows Joe Rice, they know that, you know, Jesus is with him. Jesus loves him very much. You know, we got very fortunate on that when they threw that pass to get a field goal and it just went straight through their hands. So, you know, that's good. And that second game, you know, having Joe, my ear coach with the clock management definitely helped a lot. So, you know, my teammates played great. And, you know, one did their thing in a sense, yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that, Henry. Wesley, I mean, listen, Henry hit it right on the head. The whole game offensively, I don't know why you do that. I don't know why you just like making everything a sweat. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Struggle offensively. Then now, when you have no choice, now you want to drive down there and put the team on your back. That was a great offensive drive. I know you're going to be a little swaggy and cocky with it, but I got to ask, did you feel like at the end of the day, that offensive drive, you were still going to put it together and win that squad's game?
Yeah, of course.
So
as soon as we got the ball back down by 6,
that?
you know, I just trusted, like, somehow, some way, like, we're going to put one together because when it's time to go get 7, you know, I feel like, you know, I trust my teammates, I trust myself, and, you know, we're just going to figure it out and, you know, clutch up when it matters. So I had a ton of faith going to that last drive that we're just going to, you know, just put one together.
Mm-hmm. Henry, go ahead and tell the truth. Because we hear Wesley line, but go ahead and tell the truth, Henry. What happened?
Yeah, I didn't even hear him if, you know, he was spitting blasphemy or not. So the drive before that, we had ran curl flat, and I had noticed that B was open for, you know, a lot of yards. So I just called that out the next drive, and we just honestly had to pray they didn't have a good user. That was about our only chance. You know, it's like they knew what abilities we were using. These dudes had, like, all the counters to our stuff. So, you know, we weren't prepared for that, but you know, we played a lot of defense and we held them. Oh, God, I forgot Joe took that fumble, too. He really tried to sell, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
But, yeah, you know, I just saw that and called it, and Joe made a good call in the red zone, calling the run again. I thought we should have passed, but, you know, that's why I made him offensive coordinator, because he's just the best on offense. So there it is.
Yeah. And Mr. Right Now, you know, you saw something. You was really kind of quiet the whole game. You was just like, you know, real silent, but you was doing your job. And then right there in the red zone, I heard you say, hey, how about we motion over the tight end? And that adjustment right there was really the straw that broke the camel's back. Well, opened up the big play for Wesley to score. You missed your block the first time, Wesley said, hey, this time I need you to pick it up. That time you went through and made the game-sealing block, and that's really what brought y'all the victory. How do you feel your chemistry worked out with Henry and Wesley today?
I think it worked good today. We found that run like 2 days ago, and it like worked super well. So we decided to run it there, and it worked. We weren't like having success all game, so we had to try something new, and it worked.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you being honest. You know, you and Henry. Wesley over here always laying the punch on the line. But, hey, y'all know what time it is. We got to get into these ratings. Mr. Right now, let's go ahead and tell you about your updates, my guy. Listen, you got 2 on the experience because I like the way you conducted yourself. You know, not many people can sit here and play with these 2 alphas and sit back and do the job what's handed to them. And that's what you did today. You showed that you had versatility. I gave you a 1+ up on the offense, 1+ up on the defense. Why? Because you came up with a big play when you needed it on offense. In defense, you didn't give up no big plays the whole game. You was doing whatever Henry called out, and you did your job. Great job today, my guy. Moving on to my guy, Wesley. Wesley, let me tell you, man, I had to really look at your whole situation. I know you was thinking your swagger rating was going to go up. But listen, I'm going to be honest.
You know.
I'm going to be honest. You at the threshold. But you came out here with the great T-shirt like you just woke up. So I said, you know what? I should drop you, but you won today. You clutched up again. I'm going to let you slide and still be at the threshold. 97 versatility. Even though you say you didn't know much about squads, you got it done when you needed to. Your offense went up 98 because, once again, you clutching up. I mean, some people say it's fluke, but you clutched up once again and put the offensive drive together, able to propel your team to that winning squads. Get to the guy, Henry, the Capitan. The Capitan. Let me tell you, first off, you're probably saying, what did I do stick work? Well, that stick work, that one run that you got that broke off and spamming buttons to steal the game, I had to give you one up right there. And I'm going to be honest. Okay. I saw your T-shirt before the show started. I saw it. You had on the white T-shirt. And I was texting production. I said, that's it. Henry talking about he deserved to have more swagger. I'm bringing them down a notch. But then when the cameras got on, I said, look at little Henry, he done stepped it up a bit, put a little swag on it. I said, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and give him the +1 on swagger rate. Now you're off the threshold. You up there, my guy. Then you got +1 on that experience, 96 overall. Then you got +1 on the defense because, to be honest, you played great defense all day in squads and in the single full Mutt game versus spamming buttons. I got to give it to you. Hats off. Total today, you only gave up 9 points. Great job leading your team.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations, Wesley. You looked like you wanted to say something there about your player ratings. Any words to user?
Yeah, you know, the swagger rating, you know, I'm cool with the threshold user. Honestly, I'm not mad at it. The offense going to 99, that's deserved. But the defense being at 89, we gotta bump this defense up to the threshold. I'm not an 89.
And you know what the funny thing is, Chad? What I say? I said, you know what? I ain't gonna push him to an 89. He didn't play defense today. I ain't gonna push him to a 90. I know he won't be at the threshold, but he didn't play defense today. Henry, the captain, stepped up. Maybe if you would have suited up today and I seen you put somebody in the box, you could have met that threshold. But until then, I just ain't gonna give you the +90 and you ain't did nothing. You played offense all day today. I'm sorry, Joe, it ain't happening.
All right, we'll suit up next time. We're getting that to a 90. Maybe like a 92.
That's the good news. There's still more to come. I'm Mr. Right Now, Wesley and Henry. Once again, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the semifinals. All right, so taking a look at our updated bracket user, and look at this. Third night of the quarterfinal action, and now we have Team Henry moving on, of course, to the semis. And it's going to be between Team Ape or Team Drini. Very much looking forward to that matchup. We'll preview it in just a little bit. But it was a big night. Team Henry getting it done in 2 games.
Absolutely. They got it done. And you know, I already saw the tweets. I saw my guy, Trey Thomas. He said, hey, man, Cue the Waterworks Twitter. We already know. Pavin didn't get to play. Well, guess what? Pavin was the Capitan. He was the Capitan. He chose not to play. He chose spamming buttons for this moment. He said it on draft day. hey, I believe spamming buttons is going to be the guy that upsets Henry. It looked good for the first half, but remember, you got to play a full game. The Capitan showed why he's the Capitan Henry, and that's why they're 2-0 today.
Yeah, and as our viewers can see, we are now joined by Nick Mazesco and Tyler Davis. And Nick, on user's point there about Pavin not putting his own self in game 2. I mean, this is something we talked about, the team strategy and how important it was going into tonight after we saw Prodigy play himself over Clef last night. What were your thoughts when you heard Pavin say spamming buttons?
I mean, at the end of the day, listen, I trust the captain to know their team better than anybody. At the end of the day, you know, ifs and buts and whatever user said at the end of that last time, which I think was whatever the end of that is. You know, Pavin made the call, and at the end of the day, you got to live with the call. I mean, that's why it's tough to be a head coach in the NFL or a GM, because you got to make these calls in the moment. At the end of the day, though, I'm curious to see how this will affect Team Ape and Team Drini tomorrow. Will they see these last 2 nights of the best player arguably not being on the field, and will they learn from that, or do they already have the strategy in hand and they're going to live and die by whatever order they've decided?
Yeah, to Nick's point, I think at this point, people got to start to realize what they need to do here. We've seen it 2 nights in a row now, and I will give some respect to Pavin. He trusted his teammates. You got to give some respect for that. And Spamman didn't play bad at all. He played great defense, but his offense is just a little bit too basic. And Henry, being the superior player, he's going to figure out him at that point. But, you know, Pavin in that spot, he's got to put himself in that game. He really does. I think we'll see a lot of debate on this over Twitter for tonight and going into tomorrow. And I want to see, too, what Team Ape and Team Drini do tomorrow if they really make some changes from what we've seen.
Yeah, you're talking a lot about that upcoming matchup. Again, it's coming tomorrow, but first, we promised we were going to announce our dump truck winner tonight before we let everyone go. And congratulations, Goodfella2279. You are the winner of the Mutt NFL Draft Pass Player items that we showed earlier. Congratulations, a great night for Team Henry and a great night for you as you take home those wonderful gifts. We'll call them gifts. And it was a gift. Nick, TD, user, spend more time with you guys tonight. And what a game it was. More action to go tomorrow in night 4 of the Madden Bowl Draft Edition quarterfinals. Once again, it's Team Drini going up against Team Ape. We'll see you again right back here at 7 p.m. Eastern. For now, we thank you for tuning in on behalf of our entire hardworking crew as well behind the scenes. Good night, everyone, and we leave you with a look back on tonight's action on how Team Henry was able to get the job done. It's brought to you at Verizon 5G Speeds.
Do Vos and Spam Buttons have beef?
That's the hardest to be hard.
Perfect. Oh, that was a lucky shot. He tried blocking with the running back.
Oh, please!
Yes!
Get it!
Uh-oh, ball's out! Ball's out! It's picked up by Team Pavin!
Oh, please! Yes! Give it! Yes! Go! Run!
Oh, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Get it, Jimmy.
Come on,
Get it, Jimmy.
Come on,
Yes,
Jimmy.
sir. Run.
Come on.
Run.
Come on, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Jimmy. Come on.
Come on.
All right, come on.
Let's go.
They got him! Kamara! Up the middle! The chess match continues. We're tied up pending the extra point.
Let's go!
And a big cutback! And there goes Kamara! Can he get out of here? Alvin Kamara! Down to the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Big run for Spam and Button. 4th and goal. Big call early. Oh, Henry shook off the first tackle, but couldn't shake off the second rush.
That's a bomb, Henry. That's a bomb, Henry. That's a bomb, Henry. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Big brain. Big brain.
And a little swerve, and a little wiggle, and Big Henry's into the end zone.
I could have gone down. I could have gone down, but I don't know.
The Madden Championship Series is brought to you in part by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut. And in part by Snickers. Maybe you just need a Snickers.
Every time I eat stuffed crust from Pizza Hut, I play this song. But watch what happens when I play it backwards.
Eat 3-topping stuffed crust backwards.
The original stuffed crust, just $11.99. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Matt, I think I got my fantasy nights mixed up. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Snickers satisfies.